Amidst the height of the Battle of Britain, the German Luftwaffe launches a series of all-out raids on Royal Air Force Fighter Command airfields in the southeast of England to achieve aerial superiority for Operation Sea Lion. The 18th of August 1940, that will become popularly known as the hardest day, will be the battle's most costly day for both sides. Air operations are initially limited to photo reconnaissance sorties until the first striking force of the day takes off just before midday. The unexpected vanguard consists of 9 DO-17s of 9th Staffel KG-76, led by Hauptmann Joachim Roth from the navigator's seat of Oberleutnant Lamberty's aircraft. The image seen on screen is one of a series of photographs taken during the journey to the target. The specialist low-level unit flies at roughly 50 feet or 15 meters or less, with the journey being documented by 2 war reporters, Rolf von Pebble and George Hinz. 108 bombers and 150 fighters have been dispatched to deal a knockout blow to RAF Kenley and Biggin Hill. The plan dictates that after fighter sweeps have engaged British interception forces, 12 Ju-88s of 2nd Grupper KG-76 will dive bomb Kenley, followed by a low-level attack by 9th Staffel KG-76, as Biggin Hill is simultaneously bombed by 60 HE-111s of KG-1. The coup de grace on Kenley will then be delivered by roughly 30 DO-17s of 1st and 3rd Grupper KG-76. However, the plan falls apart almost immediately, as the formations get ahead of each other due to cloud cover delaying a correct assembly, thus changing the order of the attack. As this occurs, chain-home radar stations and observer corps positions track the German formations and plot groupings of 60 plus as they cross the English coast. Scramble orders are relayed to No. 11 Group Fighter Command, who order 32, 64, 615, 610 squadrons to take off from Kenley and Biggin Hill to defend their airfields. 17, 54, 56, 65 and 501 squadrons are also scrambled to patrol the Canterbury-Margate line. "97 British fighters rise to meet the lunchtime attack. Oberleutnant Gerhard Schöpfel, leading 3rd Grupper JG-26, spots 12 Hurricanes of 501 Squadron climbing in a wide circle at 12,000 feet or 3,600 meters. The pilots of 501 Squadron are taken completely unaware, with Schöpfel shooting down 4 of the 12 Hurricanes single-handedly, an impressive feat at this stage of the war. 3 of the 4 RAF pilots survive. The first to approach Kenley are 9th Staffel KG-76. Remaining undetected for most of their run into the airfield, Fighter Command scrambles 111 Squadron from RAF Croydon to patrol above the airfield at 3,000 feet or 900 meters just in time. War photographer Rolf von Pebble dramatically recalled his experience for the newspaper Der Adler. "We are buzzing along at 300 kilometers per hour at an altitude of 5 meters over English countryside. Every terrain elevation provides us with cover. It is a continuous movement up and down. I photograph what I can." Under intense light flak fire, 9th Staffel KG-76 released their sticks of bombs on key targets. In preparation for low-level attacks such as this, the RAF have installed parachute and cable systems amongst blast pens on the northern end of the airfield, designed to be fired up by rocket, snag an aircraft in its cables and drag them to the ground. The DO-17, flown by Feldwebel Peterson, is caught and dragged to the ground where all 5 aircrew are killed, with this photograph showing the results. Arguably, the most famous and rare photo of the day is taken by von Pebble as his aircraft flies over the blast pens of 64 Squadron. As this goes on, 111 Squadron intercepts the bombers amidst the flak. Sergeant Diamond recalls, "I was leading yellow section and followed green section down to attack the formation of DO-17s at 50 feet. Attack was delivered from dead astern and enemy aircraft had both engines hit and it crashed about 3 miles northeast of Kenley. 9th Stuffle are harried all the way back to the coast of England. Roth's lead aircraft makes a forced landing after some of the crew parachute to safety. This image shows the burnt out remains of this aircraft. In summary, 9th Stuffle KG-76 arrived well before the main force. 4 of 9 aircraft were lost, 3 main hangars were destroyed, several buildings and aircraft were also destroyed. The result of the attack left the airfield unoperational for 2 hours, caused smoke which obscured the target from the high altitude force, and led to a reconsideration of low-level bomber operations over England. As 9th Stuffle makes their withdrawal, 14 Hurricanes of 615 Squadron are intercepted by about 20 Bf-109Es of JG-3. 615 Squadron are bounced at 26,000 feet, or 7,900 meters, with 4 or 5 of the Hurricanes being shot down. As JG-3 successfully prevent some RAF fighters from reaching the bombers, more climb to meet the force. 14 Hurricanes of 32 Squadron spot the rest of KG-76, about 30 aircraft at 15,000 feet or 4,500 meters, and the escorting 20 Bf-110s of ZG-26 and split up to meet them head-on. Pilot Officer Alan Eckford fires a long burst into one of the DO-17s, which is confirmed as shot down. According to Goss, this rare photograph shows the DO-17 that Eckford shot down just before it crashed at Hurst Green. A large air battle breaks out, with several of the DO-17s and Bf-110s being shot down or heavily damaged, with the combat being one of the largest of the Second World War up to this point. Hauptmann Schroeter of 8th Stuffle KG-76 recalled, "Look out, the fighters come in so close that one could speak to them. Pull up. Good, he misses us." As the bombers are dropping their payload, 8 Spitfires of 64 Squadron arrive and join the attack. According to Alfred Price, the bombers jinked to avoid the incoming aircraft, which caused most bomb aimers to miss Kenley. With the bomb run intercepted, only superficial damage is dealt to Kenley, while others of the formation attack RAF Croydon and other smaller targets of opportunity. This photograph, taken by the high altitude bombers, shows the results of the earlier attack on Kenley. The main benefit of this attack led to KG-1 being unmolested on its way to the target. With Kenley burning and emitting a lot of smoke, the 12 Ju-88s of 2nd Grupper KG-76 divert to attack RAF West Malling. One Ju-88 is lost on the way, and the remainder make a coordinated dive bombing attack on target. They withdraw under constant fire all the way to the channel. With the RAF prevented from attacking the 60 HE-111s of KG-1, they are allowed a clear run into the target. According to Price, some Luftwaffe crews are led to question where is the Royal Air Force, due to the lack of resistance they encounter. However, the bombers mostly miss Biggin Hill. In summary, 2nd Gruppe KG-76 diverted to their secondary target. The RAF was prevented from intercepting in significant numbers. However, little meaningful damage was inflicted on the airfields, the result being that this was an ineffective attack which left RAF squadrons operational. With the attacks on the airfields completed, KG-76 proceeds on its course back to France, hotly pursued by a multitude of RAF squadrons. Many confusing dogfights occur around the Kent area as Luftwaffe pilots and crew fight their way back to base. During this withdrawal, Flight Lieutenant Robert Stanford Tuck of 92 Squadron flies an emergency sortie after being off duty in Northolt. After shooting down a Ju-88 over Beachy Head, his 12th victory, his damaged engine shuts off and he is forced to bail out. Tuck will become one of the RAF's most decorated pilots and will achieve 29 confirmed victories before he becomes a POW in January 1942. In a combat over Ashford, 5 Bf-110s are intercepted by 12 Hurricanes of 56 Squadron, who shoot all 5 down. Losses of Bf-110s on this day proved to be so costly that losses began to outstrip production, leading to their eventual withdrawal from service as an escort fighter. One of these aircraft, flown by Lieutenant Hans-Joachim Kastner, is heavily damaged and force lands. This photograph shows the result of his belly landing. By 1350, RAF fighters are returning to base to rearm and refuel. Some damaged German aircraft ditch or crash into the channel, while the rest return to various bases scattered around the Calais to Normandy region. Even before operations for the lunchtime engagement cease, the next wave of the hardest day is already en route to target, shifting objectives from airfields to radar installations.